man, this is an emergency update because the SEC has just delivered a major blow for crypto. Bitcoin tumbles on report. The SEC and Gary Gensler are now going to refuse the BlackRock and other spot ETF filings, citing that they are inadequate. As we know, the recent move in the Bitcoin price from that 26,000 region up towards where we hit 31,000 has mainly been led by institutional adoption and the excitement around BlackRock filing their ETF, Fidelity and the others then filing their spot ETFs again. But now the blow has come in where the SEC this morning, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, have said that this is insufficient. They've spoken to the NASDAQ and the CBOE to inform them that the surveillance piece, remember, the key to the BlackRock filing was the surveillance piece where they said Coinbase would custody it, but also you'll get a price feed as well so you can have the surveillance of it. But even that, they're saying it is not going to be sufficient. This is a major blow and has now led Bitcoin to tumble here on the price action. And the crazy thing is, I made a video just a couple of hours ago as we were breaking out saying, guys, watch for this breakout from a technical perspective on the hourly. Technical brings you up all the way to this target, right? Break that 31,600. We got a higher high above there and on we can go. But no, Gary Gensler timed it perfectly at the point of breakout, announcing that news and sending us down. He literally is the crypto nemesis. Maybe he just sits there on the charts waiting for the perfect technical moment to release his report. Now Bitcoin in a big candlestick here shudders to the downside, down 2.8% in 1 hour. Now you can see, even though we wicked all the way down there as low as 29,400, you can see that we are currently holding up support around 30,000. And the question we need to now discuss and speak about is, are we now back to where we were previously before the BlackRock ETF, or maybe even worse, right? Because if all this hope was around BlackRock filing their ETF and all that excitement came in because of that, are we going to see all that money flow back out? I spoke even this morning about how US are leading this pump on Bitcoin. It's US institutional and retail money coming into crypto based on BlackRock and the excitement. So if they get rejected now, does this now mean that all that money is going to flow back? Are we going to not just head back up to 25,000? Could we head even lower on the disappointment? These are things we need to worry for. Now, let's add some perspective. Let's try to understand what is going on here. Do I personally think BlackRock will not get this ETF pushed through? I think they will get it pushed through. And I'm going to stand firm by that. And look, investing is all about taking a position. You can't sit on the fence. You've got to take a position either way. So for me, I think BlackRock are not in the business of getting rejected on ETFs. They've got an impeccable track record. I think Gary Gensler is pro-Bitcoin. He's just closing down on everything else, deeming it securities. So it may be a case that they're going to give this one, right? Gary Gensler's got to give a little to take so much more. So if you're going to be fighting the SEC, if you're going to be fighting Coinbase and Binance and deeming many coins as securities, maybe he's going to give one here from a political perspective, just so he doesn't look like he's taking all the candy off of the table. That's one thing. Second, BlackRock are huge, right? BlackRock do not go in and file these things without doing their research. Now, it may take a couple of iterations, but the market participants, the ones who are feeling euphoric and the ones which hopefully can keep the price above 30 now, are the ones that are saying, hang on, even if they don't get in the first iteration, they're close. They'll make some tweaks to the surveillance mechanism. They'll listen to the SEC. What else is it the SEC wants? And they'll get it right on the second occasion, right? I mean, this is a company that just does not get rejected, right? The impeccable track record, like I said. So even if they did get rejected for one of the first, I think it'll be the second time ever, they'll get it right the time after, right? So that's the positive side of it. The negative side is if they get rejected, then you're like, okay, this is really like a big crusade against crypto that Gary Gensler on. He's not letting up whatsoever. So that's something we have to look out for. Now, from a technical perspective, where does this now lead us? Well, I spoke about it in today's video. I said, guys, look out for the EMA ribbon. Do not chase green candles. And now you can see that we are still holding our 4-hourly EMA ribbon, but I want to show you the daily EMA ribbon because the beautiful entries come in on the daily EMA ribbon. And I spoke this morning about 29,000 as being some support. I don't mind a retest of 29. That will tie us in with our daily EMA ribbon. Maybe even go a little bit lower. Maybe we can get some little bit of cheeky buys at 28.4. That'd be lovely. But a nice pullback into here, rotate, build some strength, go back up again. That's perfectly fine. I'm in no rush. I don't need it to go storming off. If anything, that's a hindrance. I can't chase green candles. Now, the other thing that came out today, which is very, very important to look at, is the PCE inflation. Of course, getting overlooked now because of the ETF news we've literally just got. But inflation was a bit of a mixed bag, right? The headline figure was down to 3.8%, great. The core inflation showing some stubbornness, But nonetheless, Bitcoin was breaking through. Bitcoin was breaking through at 1:30 my time when that data came out. We put it in the Telegram as well, and it was looking good. And then the news started breaking out of this ETF not being adequate, and this is now throwing a spanner in the works for the Bitcoin price. I'm personally not doing anything right now. I'm going to see if that 30 level holds. If 30,000 does not hold, then we got to start looking at 29,000, which is that green line here, and that'll be a beautiful level of support, right? Currently, we're riding our 4-hourly EMA ribbon. If we lose that, the natural place is 29, and then coming back into the daily chart, even if anywhere between 29 and coming even down deep into the EMA ribbon here at 28,000 flat, these are good areas for me to personally be DCAing into it. And again, let's give ourselves some perspective. Let's zoom out to the weekly chart and remind ourselves that, look, things aren't too bad. I know this chart is a bit messy, so you have to forgive me here while I'm on my iPad giving you an emergency update, but you've got plenty of time to pull back into your weekly EMA ribbon. Weekly EMA ribbon's around here, around 26. You can even come down to 27 flat. We've got plenty of room to come in down here, retest. Let's just draw this for you guys. It can even come down here, do something like this, go back up, come here. That's perfectly fine, right? It's not necessary that we just go exponential like that. That's not always how it works here in terms of long-term investments. So there you have it, guys, an emergency update. If you appreciate these types of updates, regardless of the quality, just getting you the data immediately as and when it matters, smash up likes. Make sure you let me know about it in the comments. Watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.